I'm bringing my professor hat into this one, but also just my experience as a student. Don't just study for exams. If you only study for exams like the week before it comes out, then you might do well on the test. Like, it's entirely possible. You're not gonna remember any of it a month later. So particularly when you're in a year-long sequence course, this is gonna come back and bite you, because you have to have learned all the supporting material before you go into the final test. So when I say study, I mean study for class. So most professors will provide you with at least a short calendar, or at least some kind of preview into what is coming. And so be mindful of what is going to be covered in class, and at least a little bit go over the material the day before, or a couple days before if you can. Because then you will at least have some exposure to it. You're not gonna be blitzed with brand new information in lecture. I see so many people in my classrooms just look like deer in the headlights, because they're just like, this is an incredible barrage of stuff that I've never heard before. It's like, well, you have a textbook. So, and being previously exposed to the material in the book, yeah, you're not gonna understand it in the book, you haven't learned it yet. But just having seen it before, and particularly highlighting parts that are particularly confusing, that helps you go into class. When you hear it in a lecture again, you recognize it. And you're like, oh, this is that part I didn't understand. I now have a question. So, because quite often, if you're not prepared for lecture, you're just gonna sit there and you don't even know what questions to ask. You don't even know what you don't know. So if you study for class instead of just studying for exams, you're gonna be better prepared for the exams themselves. And you're gonna retain material better.